Hello again, guys. It's been a while since the last update. I have been busy, unfortunately, with just stuff going on. We've also been working pretty diligently on the community site that we will be releasing hopefully in mid to end of October. Rashka and I made a decision not to go live with the site until we have a good looking skin for it, so she's working on the art there and I will put it together as soon as I have that. However, we do have several bits of integration done already, but the majority of the time since my last update has been spent on fussing with the site, installing all the modules that I'll need in the back end to support various things, and I'm very excited about it, but I won't talk too much about that yet. If you do subscribe, as Rashka suggested, I am sure that you will get more updates, but until then, until we have something, I won't show anything there. I do want to talk about, though, the two aspects that I've left out of the client so far, actually three. I was going to make two different videos, but I decided to do just one video because I'm not sure if I'll have time to do a second video in the near future. So let's start first with the party pane. And I briefly touched on this before. I'm sorry, not the party pane, the equipment pane. I've explained what these symbols all are. Each one represents something that you have equipped. Again, you can see the colors here. Just as a demonstration, I chose bits of each color. The dark green is good condition. The lighter green is about average condition. The gray would be for normal condition. Bright yellow is for something that is slightly damaged. The darker yellow is for something that is more damaged, closer to breaking, and red obviously is broken. If there is nothing in the slot, then it will be black, so that you know that you're not wearing anything. Now, the biggest reason why you might have this open is particularly if you are an arrow chucker or some sort of ranged class that uses the ammo slot here. The ammo slot color will change depending on how much percentage of your ammo is left, so that might be good to know so you don't have to be constantly checking it. Other character classes that might use it are those that put enchantments on their weapons. Temporary enchantments in particular is what I am thinking of. For instance, when you mouse over, you might see the name of the dagger, you might see what condition it's in, you will also see any temporary enchantments that you have on it at the time, such as, for instance, here we have a poison that, you know, theoretically might, a rogue class might be able to apply to a weapon, or an alchemist or whatever, but that would just let you see what's going on with it. That's really all I wanted to show in the equipment pane. It's really not that big of a player. It's there if you want to use it. If not, you know, no big deal. You can obviously always look at your equipment to see what condition it's in, but this will give you a good idea, you know, a good at a glance, so that you can act on it if you want. Another couple quick things that I hadn't shown you before, just different color choices that DFC did not present, that Sierra will. For instance, there will be, and these are all configurable, of course. So there's a system color, which will default to gray. There is an event color, which will default to blue, or light blue. Now this event is essentially any staff-made commands. Like when we had invasions, we would sometimes do little flavor text like, you know, the ground rumbles beneath your feet or something like that. So the point of having color is that it would more easily stand out that, you know, this is not just some random flavor text. This just means that, hey, something might be going on, might be time to pay attention or what have you. So I thought it would be nice to be able to differentiate that. Not a whole lot more to show there. Mostly this was me testing the packets. I did want to, however, go more into what Farsi does and what QuickLook can do for us. So let's bring up the map real quick and let's go to room 1, which is where we have some people here. Now you can see the room description obviously is there. There's two flavors of QuickLook that I've managed to work in here, and I wanted to explain both of them a little bit. So let's start just with QuickLook itself, and that will make this appear here. It's a very simple 2 selections. If you have this selected, you will see the allies in your room at a glance. If you have this selected, you will see any hostiles in the room at a glance. For instance, let's get somebody added here. I've been watching the Dead Zone, so you'll forgive my name choices. Let's get Johnny in here. So Johnny just came in. You can see he got added to the QuickLook. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see. We'll have Bruce come in. Bruce also shows up on the QuickLook. And then we'll have Johnny leave. And we'll have Bruce leave. So you can see those get added in and out. That's one flavor of QuickLook. There's another that some people may or may not hate. That's why I separated them. But I also added what I call Quick Room. Now Quick Room will sticky the room description to the top of the window. It's maybe hard to see, so I'll scroll all the way down. So you can see there's a separation here between the room description and the bottom. You'll also see that the friendly players are not listed up here. That's because it knows that you're currently looking at them in QuickLook down at the bottom, so it's not going to replicate it to save some space. If you were to switch to hostiles, you'll see those reverse. So now you can see the friendlies up here, hostiles down here. You'll still be able to... The other benefit of Quick Room is that you still get those automatic updates. So if I have Johnny come in here, you can see him up here at the top. He appeared. I'll do Bruce now so you can see that again. So now Bruce is listed at the top, and the bottom does not change. Now if we do get some hostiles, you can see still some got added to the bottom. If I were to switch, you can now see him in Quick Room instead. Again, I'm leaving both options in there so that you can have the option of which one you want. If you have a smaller screen, obviously this is not a lot of room to see, what's going on, especially if there's a lot of combat text. So Quick Room might not be for you. You might want to turn it off. For those of us with higher resolutions, I think you should be able to squeeze both in just fine. But I did want to offer that option for granularity. So I'm just going to skip over to room 2 for a second. And I want to show you a little bit of what Farsi means, really. So I'm in room 2, which is here on the map indicator. Let's say that I'm Farsiing east. So now I would be able to see room 3 on this panel. Now again, with QuickLook, I'm looking at hostiles here. I want to see my allies in this room. I can. And so let's say Johnny, well, let's go with an enemy walks in here. I can see him on my main screen's QuickLook. If he leaves and goes east, then in theory this is what the game would do. He went east, then that would mean that he would show up here. So now I see him on my QuickLook in my Farsi window. This works the same for allies, obviously. I'm not going to show that just in the interest of time, but it's the same mechanic. Likewise, Quick Room can operate in both windows, and again, it will keep track of which one you're looking at. So that's a little bit of what Farsi means to me. You'll be able to see certain events in here going on. Particularly, you'll be able to see the comings and goings of people. If there's any attacking going on, you would see it scroll on the Farsi window as well. It's an experiment, folks. I believe that it should be useful information for most involved. If it's too much for you, obviously you don't have to use it. But again, we'll see how it goes in the beta. We'll see how expansive or how useful it is and what we can do with it to make it more worthwhile. I think it's an experiment worth exploring, so we are going to. And like I said, if it seems too busy for you, nothing says that you have to use that window. So if it looks a little crowded, keep in mind this is a very low resolution because of the video. I can't obviously record at my full resolution, but if I were to do that, it's nothing. I mean, it's very easy to separate the two windows and read them individually. So I just wanted to show that. We'll turn Farsi off for now. And I would like to get to the second part of the video, which is the party pane. Now obviously you'll be able to have 5 party members, so 6 including yourself. And the idea is just to be able to not only get a glance of who your party is, but what's going on with them. So let's say that Rashka joins my party here. You can see her vitals filled up. She's at full health. If we wanted to mess with that, we can. You can see it pretty much operates in the same way that your health does. So it's got the little blur effects and whatnot, but it, essentially it animates depending on what the condition is. Now we'll add grip because he's in here too. Why not? And you can see him there. Let's change his vitals. And you can see that change. I will also afflict him with something nasty. You can see here that a status icon appeared. I don't believe I've showed you those before, but you'll get to know them in time. This is the disease icon, so Grip is diseased currently, and that will stick around depending on how the party fluctuates. So if Rashka were to leave, I remember my own commands here. Grip status shifts to the left. His icon statuses remain the same so that none of that information is lost, and we can always add Rashka back should she feel the need. Really not too much more to show there. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It'll be nice to see the condition of your party, particularly if you're a healer. It will let you do your job much more intelligently rather than to have to look at people and, hunt for that is bleeding or, has cuts or bruises and whatnot. It'll be much more straightforward. I am contemplating having a smaller widget for your current target, so that you can also kind of see the status of the last, in other words, the last creature that you attack or look at will gain the focus on a separate, very small widget about this size here, and that will just let you gauge the health of what you're attacking, essentially. I think that could be useful, particularly in solo PvP, or if you're hunting, especially if you're hunting above your level or whatever, or a boss, things like that. I probably won't have a video of that. Like I said, it's a very small detail. In general, I don't think I'll have another video for a while. I want to work on the server next. The client is not necessarily done. There's still a lot of work to do, but I would just like to iron out the remaining features with actual server commands rather than the echoes that I've been doing. At this point, I've been concentrating on getting the client up to the par where I finally have something to test against. As you can see, the display is pretty much ready. It's accepting room commands, accepting generic text. So I mean, it's ready for me to build a server against, so that I can start doing some serious testing and more importantly, get you guys to do some serious testing for us. So don't expect another video quickly anyway. I will try to have something for you guys as soon as new features are in, such as the store windows, smithy windows, guild, training, learning, etc., all of that stuff. And quest windows are particularly exciting. We'll be able to have quests send you little windows and image maps and things to just interact with the game in a more than textual way, if whenever possible. So hope this was a little bit enlightening. Hope it was worth the wait, and I'll catch you guys again soon.